In this video, we're digging into Accounts Receivable in Zoho Books, and specifically how to catch and fix the discrepancies that trick people up. We're going to cover customer and invoice setup, how payments get applied against invoices, common AR mistakes, and how to use the aging reports to troubleshoot when something doesn't line up. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better handle on keeping your AR clean in Zoho Books. Let's jump right in. Accounts Receivable, or AR for short, is simply the money customers owe you for goods or services you've already delivered but haven't been paid for yet. Staying on top of AR is how you actually get paid, and it's one of the clearest signals of the financial health of your business. High AR can mean your books are showing strong sales when there's no actual cash sitting in the bank, which is easy to miss if you're on an accrual basis booking. The gap is exactly why keeping an eye on AR matters so much to business owners. Everything starts with the customer record, so let's talk about what can go wrong right at setup. Head to Sales, and then Customers, and then click New. Now, the first thing that can go wrong is the tax-exempt status. If a customer is genuinely tax-exempt, for resale, a nonprofit, whatever the reason, mark them as non-taxable, fill in the exemption reason and their tax authority. I'd also strongly suggest attaching their exemption document right there on the record, so you've got proof on file if you're ever asked for it. Get this wrong and you'll be charging tax you shouldn't be or missing tax you should be collecting. Second, if you're bringing an existing customer into Zoho Books who already owes you money, don't just plug their opening balance into this opening balances spot here. Instead, enter their actual outstanding invoices individually. The real invoice, the real date, the real amount. That keeps your AR aging accurate from day one and avoids the reporting errors a lump sum opening balance can cause down the line. And third, credit limits. If you want Zoho Books to flag when a customer is about to exceed a certain outstanding balance, you'll need to enable credit limits and settings under Customers and Vendor Preferences first, and then set a credit limit here on the actual customer record. Fourth, portal access. Turning on the customer portal lets your customer log in and see their own invoices, statements, and payment history. It cuts down on those, "Can you resend that invoice?" emails. Here's a quick look at what the portal looks like from the customer side. Invoices, payment options, and their balance, all right there. And fifth, if you use multiple currencies, watch for a default currency mismatch here. Unless you've toggled on multi-currency in your settings, a customer set up with the wrong default currency can cause invoices and payments to behave in ways you don't expect. Payment terms. You can set up the payment terms for a specific customer right on their record. And while you're in there, feel free to fill in any additional customer info you want on file. That part's up to you and how much detail your business needs. Now, let's talk invoices. This is the module that actually creates your AR balance in the first place, so getting it right matters. Invoice numbers need to be accurate and sequential. That number is literally how you identify who paid you for what, so don't let your numbering get sloppy or duplicated. As long as you don't manually override anything, Zoho Books handles the sequencing for you automatically. So this is mostly about not messing with it. Walking through the invoice itself. The date matters. It matters because it drives your revenue timing and your aging calculations. And terms matter because that's what determines the due date, and the due date is what your aging reports are built on. Make sure tax is applied correctly. Taxable items should get taxed, and things like services, which in a lot of states aren't taxable, should not have tax slapped on them by default. Double check that line by line. And if you catch one that's set up wrong, you don't have to just fix it on this one invoice. You can quickly edit the item itself to update its default tax settings so it's right automatically the next time you use it. Don't forget shipping charges and any adjustments like discounts. Those need to be actually on the invoice, not just implied. And if you're working with price lists or bulk items, that's a deeper topic. We'll cover it in its own video down the road. But for today, just know that they exist and can speed up the invoice creation process. And for getting paid faster, add a payment link down here right on the invoice from your preferred payment processor. We recommend Zoho Payments since it's built directly into Zoho Books. No extra integrations needed. And then, of course, if your company uses projects, locations, salespeople, tags, make sure those are applied correctly on the invoice. That's how your reporting stays accurate downstream. You can also attach a file to the invoice here. There's supporting documentation. And you can add terms and conditions here or a note to the customer here, right on the creation screen. There are two invoice variations worth knowing about: recurring invoices and retainer invoices. Recurring invoices live in their own module, and the setup is a little different since you're defining a schedule instead of a one-time invoice. Each time a recurring invoice generates, it creates a child invoice tied back to the parent recurring profile. That parent-child relationship is how Zoho Books keeps them all connected. Now, retainer invoices are a little different still. Here's the big one to remember, though. Retainer payments post to unearned revenue, not to accounts receivable, because you've been paid before work is actually done. Once you deliver the service, that's when it moves out of unearned revenue and into recognized income. If you're used to another system that lumps retainers into AR, this is a real adjustment. One more quirk worth flagging here: some other accounting systems fold overpayments and credits directly into your AR balance. Zoho Books does not. It tracks those separately as unused credits. If you're coming from a different platform, this can throw you off if you don't know where to look. Now let's talk about recording customer payments, since this is where a lot of discrepancies start. When a customer pays, you record the payment, and if they're paying multiple invoices at once, you'll split that amount received across the correct invoices. Don't just apply it wherever, make sure it's landing on the right ones. If the processor took out a fee before money hit your bank, use the bank charges field to record that. Don't just enter a lower payment amount and hope it works out. The deposit to account matters a lot here too. Whatever account you select has to be correct because that's what lets you match this payment against the actual bank transaction later. Get the account wrong and matching becomes a headache. If a customer overpays, that excess amount automatically becomes a customer credit. It doesn't just vanish or sit oddly on the invoice. And that brings us to credit notes. Credit notes handle returns, overpayments, and adjustments, and they can be matched to refunds when you need to send money back to a customer. To apply a refund against a credit note, you'll go into the credit note and use the refund option there. Now, before we get into troubleshooting, since that part's going to take a bit, if you're finding this useful, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Drop any questions in the comments, and if you'd like help with your Zoho implementation, head on over to Zenatta.com and book a meeting. Okay, let's get into it. Alright, let's actually check on our accounts receivable and see what's going on. Here's a common scenario. A customer paid an invoice, but the payment won't match to the bank feed. The first thing to check, the deposit to account on that customer payment. Is it actually the account the money landed in? Here's a transaction for 7/8 for $847, and here's a customer payment from 7/8. The company name matches, but the payment amount is different, so the deposit to account is correct. But next we're going to see if there were charges taken out of the payment, like a processing fee that never got recorded on the payment itself. So to do that, you're going to jump back over to your customer payments. You added that payment, and sure enough, it looks like $850, but no $3 in bank fees get taken out. So now let's save that and jump back to the banking, scroll down, and there, now it's a perfect match. Now let's match this and then go double check our work by looking at invoices for company 24. And now, interestingly, these are listed as partially paid, even though it went through, and there are two of them. So let's check what happened by looking at that payment one more time. The payment got applied to two invoices instead of just the one it belonged to, so both are going to sit there partially paid. Let's adjust that and then check on our work. So this should actually be $850 for this invoice, and the other one remains unpaid at this time. And now we jump back to invoices to check, and there we go. This invoice is marked as paid with proper payment received, matched in our bank feed. Now let's check on our AR reports to make sure everything's actually correct at the higher level. Under reports, in the receivables section, is an AR aging summary and an AR aging detail. AR aging summary buckets your customers into aging intervals. You can change these intervals depending on what you want to see. The norm is current, and then 1 to 15 days, 15 to 30, and so on. And then you can see a glance of who's behind and by how much. To show you that these intervals are adjustable, I've gotten 1 to 2 months, 3 to 4 months, 5 to 6 months, and more than 6 months. You can adjust that here by choosing how many intervals it shows and the time frame of each interval. If your business runs more than on 30-day terms, which is what most people are used to, you can change the default bands to match, like this. AR aging details drills down into the individual invoices behind those numbers. So when the summary tells you something's off, this is where you go to find exactly what invoice is the culprit. As for what counts as overdue, that's really up to your business and your terms. But generally, once you're sitting at 90 to 120 days past due or beyond, that's a real problem worth escalating. You can customize both of these reports, change the date ranges on each column, and adjust how many aging buckets you want to see. So tailor them to match how your business actually operates. Here's the big takeaway. Create invoices for the work you've done and create them at the right time and record customer payments as their own transactions when the money comes in rather than only relying on a bank match. Why does that matter? Because creating the payment first lets you cleanly factor in things like bank charges. If you only match straight to the bank feed, you can end up with a discrepancy that you have to go back and untangle later. You can match directly to invoices, sure, but the payment creation method is the more organized approach, and it scales a lot better as your business grows. If you stay on top of invoicing and payments this way, you'll always know who owes you money, when, and why. That's genuinely important for running a healthy business. And one more thing before we wrap up. The Zoho Books has built-in AR aging notifications. Head to Settings, then Reminders, and you can set up automated reminders that go out before, on, or after an invoice's due date. You can send this reminder to your customers for the details. You can send reminders that you sent the invoice, but it's not overdue as well. You can also set up automated reminders for you to tell you when you were expecting a payment and it didn't show up. Or you can remind a customer a specific amount of days before the due date. These reminders are very fluid and you can set them up based upon your needs. And when these go out on, before, after an invoice's due date, you're not manually chasing every overdue balance. You are being told what needs to be chased. And remember, we're here to help take the worry out of your books. Our goal is to make sure your accounts receivable in Zoho Books is actually working for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, if you need help with your Zoho implementation, head on over to Zenatta.com and book a meeting. We would love to help. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.